Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Good XP. Welcome to the third episode of our project where we build a blog and portfolio website using Next.js, and as headless CMS we are using Ghost. On top of Next, we are deploying a lot of useful tools and libraries such as Tailwind, Storybook. Of course, we are using Typescript. We are enforcing some precautions using Husky before commits, before pushes, etc. Of course, there is ESLint and Prettier working for our project for consistency and looking good, and Jest for testing. We are going to be configuring and setting up Storybook and Jest in this episode. We are also going to build our component template, so that in the future when we need another component for our project, we will just use the same folder and file structure. So that's it. I hope you are enjoying this. If you haven't seen it, check the first two videos first. I am really working my ass off to make this work. So I appreciate all the support and all the love you can spare for me. Sorry. So, if you are wondering, I realized I am having an orthodontal treatment and I am wearing some bands on my teeth, which is keeping my chin, jaw shut. So I need to get rid of that that band. It is definitely a test for someone like me who is talking a lot. It is like a biblical justice or whatever. Anyway, so let's begin. I want to quickly mention something really fast, because if you know from the last episode, we were trying to introduce some environment variables and we were getting some errors, and I figured that out actually, and I wanna quickly mention that before move on. So I will walk through it in a very fast fashion. So there is a library called env-var. When you install this, you can check if the environment variables are there during the build time. If they are string, positive integer, they are something else, etc., etc. So it is a good type checking and type enforcing small library. You have Zod, for example, if you want to use it, but Zod, I'm not going to be typing a lot in this project, so instead of Zod, this is a much lightweight one, so I'm going to use this one. So maybe I can also increase the how was it? Was it like this? Yes. So I think it is better having a bit more weight to the fonts, more meat to the fonts. So anyway, when you install, so go ahead and install if you are somehow following along or keeping it, trying to keep track of what I do. So after installing env-var, I created a file in lib folder, a config.ts. This is where I will pull all my env variables to my project. While we are here, I can also do the other ones, but let's not jump ahead. So you import env-var, then you can use it like this. So env package has a lot of couple of methods. One is from get. The most important one we use is get, or the only one, I believe. At least for me, for the moment. So env get, this is the key for my env variable in my .env file. And we can specify that it is required. So without it, ensure the variable is set on process.env. If it is not set, an exception will be thrown. So you can enforce it, and you can specify the type of it. Then we export everything. So here, check this out. This was the problem. So if you remember, on the initial building of the page, it was working because on the server side the page is rendered and env was there. But then this file, so this is the, I think this is the one of tricks and beauties of Next.js. So to be serving from this file, we need to get it in either server-side props or get static props method. We need to have it here. So right now you will see that it is working just fine without any errors. The only thing I did is I fetched it to my client side in this special method of Next.js, and then passed it on as a prop to the component. So now the component can see it just fine. For comparison, I also wrote directly reading from process.env. So they are set to this string, and both are working just fine, as you can see. So the problem is Next.js doesn't have any issue reading process.env in the client side, in the components. And if you named your variable, if you put in front of your variable this next public special keyword, you can use them in your client side. However, this object is not there. So that was our problem in the client. This object doesn't translate it to the client side. They stay on the server side. So that was the issue. Now you can read it. Why didn't I come across with this before? Because I never use my environment variables in a component before. They always end up on the server side. Most usually, at least I didn't have any example before. So I was just blindly trying to demo something that I never do, which I shouldn't do. In fact, that is a lessons learned for me as well. So anyway, this was the thing that I wanted to show. Now that we can safely put this behind us and continue with our, how do you call it, with our component template, right? So component template means we need a way to visualize it using Storybook. We need a way to keep it intact and keep it consistent throughout the development cycles. That means we are going to put some unit tests. So this is what we are going to do today. Right, okay, 10 minutes. It's fine. I will put some timestamps on the video so you can jump between places. So anyway, I will push this phase of the oops, shit, I showed my key anyway, so I will change it. Okay, never mind. So we need a git ignore as well. In the git ignore we need to put .env also. Okay, let's push, let's commit some stuff. I saved it. Okay. So we are going to commit the Tailwind stuff first. Tailwind and env. As you can see, this is all about Tailwind and env-var, of course. I am quickly showing you the differences. I removed this path thing because I normally, until I never used it. Now it is, I don't wanna learn it now, just now. Okay, we can. So we can safely push this one as well, and this one as well. This one also related to Tailwind. I'm gonna clear this up because there is a lot of demo thing here. Can also get rid of this. We don't need any difference, in fact. We don't need any difference here. So let's check the difference again. Okay, that is fine. So build, setup, Tailwind. Yeah, commit. Okay. Commit worked. Sync. Let's see what happens. Can we push it? Or does Husky gives us some issues? Okay, it worked. So we can safely start working on our component, right? Well, first thing first. In this step, I want to use some special library, a package, which is npm class variance authority. So in fact, I never used this package before, but this is, I think this guy is on Next team, Vercel team. So I really liked what is happening here. I come across this one in this video. This one. I hope it is still there. So go check this one out. There is a great demonstration of this library, and I really liked it. So I want to use it in my project. Yes, I will remember how to use it eventually, but basically this makes it a lot consistent and more maintainable. Yes, so we are gonna use this one, and I'm gonna install it just now. Add class variance authority. So in our settings JSON for it, VS Code settings.json, I need to put this line, which was in the documentation as well. So if you wanna read it really quick, this one is CSS in TS libraries such as fantastic options, but isn't for everyone. Okay, so this is basically you know, there are fights about how to do things amongst developers. I don't want to pick sides, but I also have some preferences about how I build my code. So yeah, I see this. Okay. Okay, I have written something myself. I have taken notes, although it was 2 months ago. So I think I will remember what this was. This is for, okay, composing components. Cards. Okay, I will figure it out. I will figure it out. We will figure it out together. Let's just leave it there for now. Okay. So now, this one is just a tool we are going to use. And if it's a tool, we will learn how to use it. Right. So next one, Storybook, finally. Okay. Maybe my notes are lacking. So let's check Storybook page. Docs, get started. Come on. Okay. Run this in your what? npx storybook init. Why not? Let's go. Need to install following packages. No, okay. So I don't want the next part here. I don't want to install beta. Right, so this is very cool. Okay, yes. Let's go. So so Storybook basically is something that you create some catalog of your components. If you don't know what it is already, with Storybook you can create a catalog of your components, and they are interactable. You can change their props on the fly, and this is a beautiful it has a beautiful UI, as you can see. And when you create a storybook file for your component in a certain way, of course, you can see how it looks on different viewports with different props, with you know, different states, at different states, etc., etc. You can interact with them. You can see how your interactions are working, etc., etc. Right, so this is a very powerful tool, especially if you are building a big project with a lot of components or a lot of dynamic components. So yeah, basically this. In this project, do we need to have Storybook? Not really, because I don't think I will have many components. But uh, I am doing this mainly for YouTube and also to yeah, I'm mainly doing this for the sake of the content. So we did this. Now to run your storybook, you can yarn storybook. So this runs on 6000, yeah, 6006, and you can see it in your browser, directly in your browser. Let's see it getting built. Right. So as you can see, this is it. And you see there is a primary prop on this component, for example. It directly immediately you can see it in action. You can change the label to click me. It reflects, so you can yeah, size. This is a very powerful tool. Yeah, if you are building many components, it is a good one. Check it out. Anyway, so there are stories, and I personally delete this. I don't need them, so I think I'm gonna delete them, but let's just keep it for now. We are going to make couple of changes to these files. The storybook, these are necessary. These are important files to keep. So we are gonna change first. This one shows the right place, right? So stories, source. Okay. So I'm gonna make this source/components. So we want to see things in components. Right. And this is cool. This petting is cool. What else? So add-ons are the same. I'm checking my notes. This is okay. So there is a slight difference here. Let's see how it works. In my notes, this is like this. Okay. I guess we are moving away from Webpack. So this is part of that configuration. Storybook, okay. Logged in, logged out, nice. You can see the difference here. Components logged in state and logged out state. Very cool. And you can build composite things. There is the header. Header has buttons. Page has header. So this is very cool. Hello, Petros. Welcome. The different content, but still no Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay, so it looks like this is working. Never mind. Let's continue. So one more thing is on preview.js here. We are gonna change it. Actually, matchers is fine. We are gonna set viewport. We are gonna add some parameter. here. After controls, we are gonna add a viewport, which is custom viewports. And what is custom viewports? It is this. So custom viewports is we take this and return some mapped version of it. Right. So what does this give us? It gives us there is a button for it now. I think it is this one, right? So we created this button basically. So now we can see our component page layout on different viewports, different widths, right? Okay, so this is it. This is our storybook configuration. We can now, I will get rid of this stories folder entirely. Yes, it is safe to delete this. I will delete this. Okay. So we can also push everything here as our storybook commit. Cool. Let's put everything here, and it is another build tool. Setup storybook and CVA. How are you, Petros? Are you still here? Are you also interested in web development? Anyway, now we are going to set up our Jest configuration. I will again copy my command here. So what we are installing Jest, Jest environment, Jest DOM, testing library, React testing library, Jest DOM. So there we go. And in ESLint ignore, we add these two lines. We will create these files, and we want ESLint to skip them, to not worry about them. Let me drink my coffee. I'm a morning person. If you let me share some insights to me. I am a morning person. I am overly energetic in the mornings. So Jest config will be like this. You can also see, I think this is also present in the Next.js documentation. So yes, this is Jest config, right? Okay, so this is it. I think this is the next file, Jest setup. And in Jest setup, we need to put this one. Yes, I think this is it. I think this is the correct configuration. So now we will write our script here. Lint format, we don't have a pre-written test script. It will be just -- watch. Cool. So now our Jest setup should work. Yeah, let's check it actually. Storybook is empty. Yes, I know. Don't worry, we will create it. Next.js org. I think there should be some part in the documentation about testing. Jest. Oh no, I don't want to click that. Playwright. Jest. Right. So Jest. See, I think I took my notes entirely from this. Yeah, Jest setup. Okay. If you need to add more setup options before each test, it is common to add them to the Jest setup. Okay. Do we have this in our Jest config? Right. Okay. Cool. I think we are fine. I think we are fine. Let's commit this part as well as build setup Jest. Nice. Should be just fine. I want to check one thing here in this commit. Okay, cool. Everything looks good. Finally, this is the big chunk, big moment in this episode. Finally, we are going to be building our first component, which is the template, component template, base template, whatever you call it, right? So this is going to be useful when we create a new component. So each time when we create a new component, we are going to copy the entire folder structure and do some refactoring, renaming on it. So it will provide us a good baseline for the component, for the testing structure, test structure, etc., etc. So I don't know how you want to call it. I want to have it at the bottom of the folder, this components folder. So we can also say templates. Anyway, you can put I don't know, you can put Z templates or whatever. I don't know really at the moment. What did I do here? Okay, never mind. So another folder, we are gonna name this, let's name this base template, right? So base template is going to be like this. We are gonna create base template.tsx first of all, and I will copy and change it as I suggested you to do. Yes, we have it in our project dependencies. So base template styles. Now we are gonna come here. Base template styles. Where I see X, I put base. Does that make sense? Something like this. So this should be a very consistent file now. I will close this one because for some reason my VS Code is acting very weird. I was going to look at it, but I forgot. Anyway, class variance authority. So how we are using class variance authority? Let's check it out. So what do we have here? This is the meat of the project finally. We stopped setting up, now we are building. Although it is a template and it is still a build tool in the context. This is now the actual real good code. So let's see it. So we are using this CVA method. So it is basically it returns a string. Takes a lot of stuff, but returns a string eventually. Looks like it. Or returns a prop list. I don't know. So okay. So I think this part is first part. The string is the constant utility classes where they don't vary, they don't change. And after that, we give it an object of variance. Nice. Actually, this is very cool. Okay, this is our interface prop definition. Okay. So there is a grid. This, as I said, this is a base template. So what do we have here? Base template has an intent prop and a name prop. So we know the name. And intent is by default primary, but it can be primary or secondary. Right. So what does this do? We don't have to put all the logic into the component. We just pass the prop to our base template styles method or whatever, and it calculates it outside of the component, which is very cool, you see. Then we build our component and export it. I think this is pretty straightforward. Right. So next thing, this is very cool. I like it. We are gonna create our storybook file here. So it should be base template.stories.tsx. So storybook looks for .stories files, which we defined. Where is it? Here. In the source components folder, .stories.tsx. So we have this file. And it is going to be built like this. So we are gonna take instead of x, let me see. So far so good. Well, can I take a step back? No. Okay, let's do it again. I can take like X template. Nice. This is it. Okay. So we build a story here. We have our props. We create a explicit prop object, which gives base template to the name. Then we need to create for Storybook this meta thing meta object, give it the component, and story, a story object of type of base template. We have the story, then there is the primary. So now I think this should be visible on our storybook. Let's see if it is true. Otherwise we can did I yes, because yarn storybook. I closed the VS Code window. Okay, let's see what happened. Is it this line? Uh-huh. Okay, we need to check this. Okay, let's read documentation. Install. .6.5. There are guides for React. Yes, React. Cool. We saw that it was working, actually. Failed to load presets. This is not about here. Okay. guides, tutorials. Let's see. We are missing something here. Setup. Okay. I may be doing something that I shouldn't be doing about Storybook. Let's see. Wait, this is it? Okay, let's try this one. I'm not sure about it, but let's see. Yes, I didn't want to install a beta version. Let's see what changes. Don't save. Where is it? You see, the Storybook Next.js framework supports Storybook 7 and Next.js 12 plus. You can view the full documentation. Ah, there it is. Update your main.js to change the framework. Okay, you see, I was doing something right. It is installing a lot of stuff. I don't like when things start installing a bunch of bullshit. So this, I think this was the source of my information, source of my knowledge. You see, I might look like I might copy pasting, but I did a lot of preparation. But still, with all these preparations, this is like the usual day in development. You get a lot of debugging, a lot of problem solving. Sure, I don't know what that is. Okay, I don't look. I don't like how it looks. It looks scary. We can adjust them. Sure. Let's do it. You can do everything yourself. I will take all the credit. So what has changed? What has changed so far? Auto migration. Uh, no, I don't need it. Okay, looks like we are finished with the storybook stuff. I removed this one. That didn't change. A lot of stuff has changed in log. So this build storybook dev, whatever. Oh shit, okay. A lot of stuff has changed here. Now, can I run it? After all, we did everything to be able to run this. Okay, I'm gonna yarn storybook. Please work. Okay, it works. You see my base template there. Nice. And we have the primary already. So where was it? Okay. So here we have primary, secondary. Intent can be primary. Okay, we will figure it out. I will figure it out. Primary. Okay. So just to demonstrate, we could have a secondary one here, and name could be like secondary. Let's just try, right, for the sake of it. And now here we have secondary. Nice. There we go. It works. We can see our base template here. Cool. So I'm gonna remove this. I don't need it for my template. Nice, very nice. Okay. And I also really like this styling out of the component and in an object. Very cool, very cool. I am loving this. Okay, so now one more thing we need to do. We need to push this as a fix. So I'm gonna push this as a fix. Upgrade Storybook for Next.js. We are gonna commit this to separate from our template commit. Okay, so we also need some test file here, right? But I don't have it on my documents. How should we do it? Let's do it on another time, right? Okay, let's do it on another time. Okay, I think we can end it here. We have our template, which is very cool. Right now, it doesn't do anything. It just shows a text, but the text is ours. And as I said, in Storybook, you can change it on the fly here. So I can put it here. Set object. I can set an intent object here in place. Very cool. Okay, this is it, guys. Thank you for watching. So whenever we are going to build another component, for example, we want to build a button, we will copy this folder and paste it. Shit, not there, here. Come on, man. New folder. It was copying. Interesting. So for example, this thing, then we will change the name. I am switching between MacBook and Windows. I need to use MacBook for my work. Therefore, I can't immediately switch the behaviors of the operating systems. So let's say, why not? I am building a button. Now I copied the base template and I will change the file names first. Name them accordingly. And button.stories. Right. So we will change everything referencing base template in these files as well to button. And also on this one to button. And it should basically work like this. So for example, for a button, what do we want? We want, let's say we want a div. Then what? Then, for example, we want to have button styles bg primary. Wait, what? Okay, there's definitely something going on there. Anyway, I will figure this out, guys. But this is the main gist. I will do it later. Not right now. It has been an hour. I know this is messy, but nevertheless, I like it. There is a famous director, film director, who made the one of the movies of his is called the worst movie ever. Literally. Dünyayı kurtaran adam. The Man Who Saved the World. Okay, so this movie is internationally renowned. Let's check it out together. It is called due to its notorious unauthorized use of footage. One of the worst films ever made. So was often considered. So yeah, this main actor is a very famous Turkish guy. He may or may not passed away, actually. I don't know. I think he passed away very recently. Died, yeah. He died. Anyway, he has a lot of movies. He was a very cool guy. So anyway, this movie is one of the worst movies ever. And the director is Çetin İnanç, okay. So in one of his interviews, they ask him about, after all the years, of course, after all the years of making the movie, they ask him like, what do you think now? What do you think about the movie? Are you how do you call it? Do you have any bad feelings about it? Do you have any remorse? Are you feeling any do you say to yourself, I shouldn't have made the movie or something like that, you know? And he answers something like this, along the lines of, I'm trying to translate on the spot right now my anecdote, so that is a bit hard. Sorry for that. So he answers, if you have a child and the child is born with some disability, do you stop loving it? He says something like that. Then he says, with all the faults and shortcomings of the movie or other reasons for the criticism, he says somehow he still loves the movie or something like that. And I think it is very moving, it is very touching approach to your work. So you should be always proud of what you output, what you put in front of other people, and take credibility, take accountability for your work, take responsibility for your work. And if you are not doing something bad for yourself or doing something bad for the world, for the community, if you are not doing some immoral stuff, it's okay. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to not do the perfect thing. And this is coming from a rehabilitated perfectionist. I am trying to, even today, rehabilitate myself, learn from my mistakes, and try to, you know, be more peaceful with what I am, who I am, love myself with my mistakes, even after my mistakes, if that makes sense. So yeah, I know these videos are not very well, are not flowing perfectly because they are not prepared, they are not rehearsed, they are not, I'm not rewriting the stuff I do on the video. I'm doing it on the fly, and when it fails, it fails. I try to solve it on the fly. I have notes, of course. Yes, I'm not denying that or trying to hide it. But even though, as you can see, even while following my notes, I can fail, and I try to solve them. And I decide to do something on the fly. I decide not to do something on the fly. It all, I believe, eventually I will find my rhythm. I will find my cadence. I will find the best way to deliver um, what I want to deliver, what I want to do. Um, but yeah, there is that. I don't know. I don't know where this thought of train will end. But this is it. This is it. We have our storybook. We have our buttons templates. For some reason, it feels like the background is not working, but I spent a lot of time already. I will fix this on the next video. As you can see, we are always getting another content or topic for the next video already. So there are some stuff we need to fix with our component and template. Probably I am using this wrong. We will check this out together and we will fix our base template. Then we will move forward with, I will show it here again. We will move forward with building our page here. So next video, next episode, which probably will be Friday about this time, like take 1 hour 90 minutes off from 2 days. So we will fix the template, then we will start building our landing page. That is the plan. Thank you for joining. Spread the love. I need more exposure. I want to be exposed. I want to be seen. Okay. So if you can like and subscribe, give some constructive feedback, constructive criticism in the comments below. I would love that, and help me for more exposure. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next one.